It is all about bees today. So let's be happy and let's do some bees. So good to see you today. I'm Sheila from Sweetie's Creations and Decor. So I'm going to see if we've got us over here on our laptop and get live there so I can see your comments. Welcome on into my Facebook and my YouTube friends today. The best way that you can watch me is vertical. I go vertical on both YouTube and on Craft Round the Clock. So we are going to be doing some cute little things today. And everybody's done a great job, and I've loved watching everybody today. And I am so glad that you're here today. So be sure and come on in, float me a heart, say hello so I know that you're here. Hey, Jody, good to see you. So I'm going to take this little bucket here. And this, I don't know, this may have come from the dollar store. I can't really remember. It may have come from Hobby Lobby because it's a nice little bucket. But I wish I had bought more than one. I thought these were so cute. So I had used this in the past and put some decoupage on it. So I have fixed it where you can't even tell. I'm going to tell you how I did that. I used some gray in the Foggy Martini, the cookie dough, mud pie, a little bit of black, a little bit of cream puff, a little bit of marshmallow. And what you do is you just get your brush and you dip it in and you just pat it on there just like this. Just dip it in your paint. You can do a little black too if you want to. This mud pie is kind of a dark gray black. And then you're just going to tap, and that's going to blend all that on. And when you have a shiny bucket, this is what you can do. Tap your paints. Just keep tapping them till you get it like you want. And you see how it looks very much like the inside. So that's what you do for those. Then to get the rust color, I already had some rust on here. I took Candy Apple Red, the, let's see, y'all, my brain went dead for a minute. Aperol Spritz, which is an orange, and then the Chocolate Souffle, which is a brown. And I mixed those together to have a little rust color. So that's how I got that little rust color and fixed my bucket back up. It's cute. It says the Bee's Knees Honey Company. So I thought that was sweet. So let's do that. We're going to go ahead. Hey, Lavender Lace with Lori. Hey, the Rustic Sunflower. Thank y'all so much for being here with me today. We're going to start with our little pot here. So I'm going to make a little bee comb with this, and this is just something you can use. You could use some of the little peat pots. They're not as strong, so you need something a little strong. You could use a candle holder, a glass. I've made them out of little glass items as well. Any of those work. Okay, any of those work. You just take it. We're just going to use our hot glue, and we're just going to glue it around. Now, if you don't like using the hot glue, just use you some regular glue. It'll work too. Okay. We're just gonna, and you don't have to do all the way around. You can just do pieces, just places where you don't have to just constantly put glue. Just be careful with your fingers as you put this on. Kind of keep your hands on the edge so you don't burn yourself. And I just found that the hot glue works pretty well. How many of y'all have made one of these? Float me a heart if you have. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Diane. Good to see you today. Thank you for sharing me out. Thank you for sweetening the tea today. I appreciate that. Sharing the bees, all the good things. So have y'all watched everybody so far? Haven't they done a great job? Hey, my sweet Pam. They have done really, really well. We also welcome our replay friends, and if you replay today, if you will just put the exclamation mark replay, all one word in small letters, that will give you a welcome today. Right now we are live on YouTube and on Facebook today. I see some friends have joined me there. Hey, Joan. Hey, Mary. Good to see you this morning, Mary. I hope that we will not have any problems with our sound today. It was something to do with Mr. FB because I went on and didn't have any other problems. So I just guess we had a little glitch there. And it's happened sometimes, y'all. Just hang with us. We're just We're just hanging in there right now. Hey, Darla, how are you? Hey, Pat. Hey, Amanda, thank you. I've had this shirt. It's a little bit big, but I'm going to wear it anyway. It's kind of one of my bigger shirts, but I think somebody sent this to me. It has the Bible verse, Ephesians 4:32, be kind. And I'm thinking it was a gift. I'm thinking it was a gift. I want to say it wasn't. I don't remember exactly if it was Cheryl that sent it to me or who sent it to me. If you sent it to me and I don't remember, I'm so sorry, but that was a little while back. But somebody sent me the shirt as a gift, and I just loved it. So this just takes a minute, y'all. Just takes a minute. Kind of fill in the best you can. Now you can paint your pot if you want to. It usually doesn't show a whole lot. It usually does pretty well, and you can put a little paint on top if you want to. So this is the way I do mine. I wish I looking for the ones I'd made before, but they must be in a different place than I thought. If y'all could see all the stuff I've got drug out right now, trying to get ready for a sale. I want to have a sale, and getting things cleaned out of my guest room where I've been piling up my craft stuff. My husband said, you know, if you want to fix up the guest room, you got to do something. But I am going to have a sale. So y'all make sure that you fill out the form on Craft Round the Clock. If you don't belong to Craft Round the Clock, there is a link up there in my description if you're on Facebook. And I will put the description in on YouTube as well. And sometimes you do have a little bit of glue showing, and that's okay. It'll dry. These don't take too long. They're pretty easy. Good morning, Caffney. Love you more. Thank you. Hi, Joan. Yeah, this glue's trying to be messy today, and this is the good glue. This is the Gorilla Glue. He is okay. He's not doing well yet. Hey, Create with Cindy's Creations. Hey, Miss Mary from Ocean Breeze and Me. Hey, Primitive Roots by Devana. I think I follow you. It says I do. If I don't, I will go and follow you as well. Thank you. Hey, Jeanette. You love the bee thing. I do too, y'all. Now, I don't worry about I don't really pay attention to the bees if I can keep from it. I have a lot of, I have a garden, and I have a flower garden, and I do have the bee balm out there, so that attracts them very much. But they pollinate, so you need bees, so you need to keep a healthy place for bees. And something else you can do too is, if you have some of those little saucers, put some water in there, keep water in there. Sometimes they're thirsty. Sometimes they're just thirsty, and they usually won't try to sting you. Now, the orange ones, those are scary. But they usually won't bother you if you just kind of don't bother them. But I have tons of bees because I do have the bee balm. And last year I put that bee balm out, and I didn't know that it would come back. And this year it is this high. I said, oh my gosh, it liked something, because it is coming back big time. I took a little piece and put in my garden. It's not looking real good, and I've watered it. So I did take a root up, but yes, the bee balm attracts butterflies and bees. And I try to keep the little things of water. Now, I'm going to tell you, we have the neighbors and the feral cats around here. Sometimes they drink all the water. I was out there the other day, and one of them came along and just helped itself. I said, that is not for you. That's for the bees. So they will, sometimes other things will get it. Birds sometimes will drink it. But if you can keep some of that out, this won't take too long. You can get these smaller ones and do this. I've done these out of all kinds of things, not just pots. I've done them out of all kinds of things that are shaped like that. Sometimes you can find a little basket, a little small basket that's shaped that you can use for a beehive. it doesn't really matter. And then I'm going to show y'all the little bees I made. Now, I would have made some of those today, but I just learned how to do them. I ran out this morning trying to get me some thinner wire. They did not have any. My dollar store used to carry wire and the jute and everything. They don't have the jute anymore. They used to have it over in the other section. It's not the craft section. Not anymore. They have some rope, and it's like 3 inches of rope. So I don't know. I was very disappointed having to drive over there and then them not have it. So I got to go back and replay just a couple people that I only got to see part of their craft. So I know they all did a wonderful job. Y'all be sure and follow all my friends that are on here with their page name. I appreciate that. Hey, Wanda. Hey, Tracy. Hey, my Kim. How are you today? From Crazy Craft Company. You're up early, girlfriend. I know you're usually up early. I tell you, if I had that beautiful pool and everything you have, I'd be up early every day and be out there getting me a swim, drinking my coffee. Speaking of coffee, if you have your coffee, grab your coffee, take a sip. Cheers to you today. Tea, whatever you have. Hey, Sib, how are you, my sweet friend? Sib's Crafty Shack. Hey, sweetie, what did you say about your hummingbirds? You get 50 hummingbirds, girl, you need to give me some tips. I have hummingbird feeders out, and I change them. I've got to change one today. I keep them changed. I keep them clean. And we've seen a few hummers. I haven't seen any this year. Now, they may come and I don't see them. We do have a camera on a bird. We bought the camera bird feeder. But the birds wouldn't eat the feed out of there. And we kept it clean and kept it. And every once in a while we'd see a hummingbird on that. It would fly by. But they are not liking that for some reason. So we have not put any feed in it this year. We even put some of the hummingbird nectar on the edge of it where they could get that. I don't know why they don't like it. Do they know they're on camera? I don't know. I need to know what you do, girlfriend. I make my own. I don't buy any of that from the store. And I do not use dye. I just use sugar and water. I do, you know, what they say. 1 cup to 3. One cup of sugar to 3 cups, I think it is. And I do all that. I keep it clean. It even has a little water thing on top. I keep that full. But I haven't seen any of the hummers this year. And I do have a hummingbird vine. But you know, it's not up yet. Those bloom late. And then I feel like the hummingbirds have already been here by the time that hummingbird vine comes up. But that attracts them, and usually I get more once that comes around. So y'all, I'm sorry this is taking a minute, but we're going to get it done. It's not going to take too much longer. I hope I have enough rope. We're going to try to make do with what we have here, because that's all I've got right now. That's a lot. This is a thicker jute, and you can't hardly find it much anymore. I will go to Walmart. Usually Walmart does have it. And you can do real well at Walmart with getting it over. If you don't get it out of the craft section and you go over there for the jute, sometimes they have it over and like over there with the tool type things, screws, things like that. I found it over there a lot less expensive and more of it. So don't buy it in the craft section if you can get it over there. This is just what I had left. I may have to move that down just a little bit. Let's see if we can kind of push it a little bit. There we go. So these are just fun, y'all. And if I don't have enough, I'll use the thin on top. But I think we might be able to make it go here. Okay. So you're going to get to this point at the very top. And then you're going to take your glue. Okay, you want plenty of glue. And then you're just going to twirl it around here. I'll try not to burn myself. And you're just going to twirl it on top. And we probably have to use a little bit more glue. I don't know where that green came from. Probably off the table. Okay. For some reason, this glue is going to have to get hot again. We'll use some wood glue if we have to. It'll work. Then we're just going to go around here. I have a not love relationship with that glue tool. Y'all tell me a glue tool that you have that you love, because I do not like that Sure Bonder. I would like to get the pen or something that you can charge, but most of them that work better are plug-in ones. I'm gonna put a little bit of Tight Bond on here. For some reason that hot glue, I just don't think it's as good as it used to be. I'm not gonna keep paying for the expensive kind if it's not gonna work. All right, I'm gonna get this working right in here. I'm just pressing it in. I'll use a little bit more hot glue once that heats up again. It doesn't stay heated long. Now, I really love my Reba, and I should have just gotten my battery and plugged it in. I didn't know this was going to be such a not wanting to stick today. We're going to make it work. I'm going to make it work. We have just enough. Just enough. How about that? Just enough. The good Lord knew I needed just enough to make it work. And I've got a little bit more, and I'll go back around that if I need to. Let's get that in there, because it's sticking to me. Let's see if that got heated now. There we go. Let's see if we can get that on in. Kind of cover that little hole there at the top. If it doesn't stick to everything but what I need it to. I'm going to tell you that, I'm going to write them about that glue, because that is really a mess. All right, we'll let that dry, and then I can just kind of get some of that off. Goodness, what a mess. That is Sure Bonder glue. I mean, that is the other glue. Gorilla Glue. That's not the inexpensive kind. But have y'all noticed it's not as good as it used to be? I don't like all that glue up there, but we'll fix it. We'll put some stuff over it, and I'll pick some of it off. But there we go. We got that. All right. Now we need a little, let me see where I started at. We need a little place for it for the bees to go in. So I'm going to take my other, a little thinner. Let's see if I can find some just a little bit thicker than that. Maybe this one. Okay, put that there. Now I'm going to make a little. All right, I'm going to take the Tight Bond, and then I might have to add a little bit of glue. We're going to make just a little circle. And this is where the bees go in. And we're going to paint that black. I know some of you made some of these. Doesn't have to be a perfect circle. Just do the best you can with it. I'm using that Tight Bond just because that other glue is just being so messy. I have tried some of the other glue. I do have some inexpensive glue. It didn't work as well, so I started going back to that glue, and now I'm not happy with it. I just don't know if they're not getting it in the same quality they used to. I don't know what's the deal with it. Oh, that's sweet. Put just a little bit of hot glue on there. Okay, and we'll kind of paint over it with a little bit of black paint. There we go. Ooh, yeah. I don't know about y'all, but all that glue is messy. All right, let's get our black paint. So I'm gonna get a little bit of my black paint here and the licorice. Oh, hey, just Jackie. You've been waking up early. How you feeling, sweetheart? Been missing seeing you. So y'all, we will have crafting all day today and up until tonight. And then if you miss somebody, you can go back and replay. And if you don't know this, when you go to Craft Round the Clock, there's a featured section up at the top. And Tracy puts everybody that comes on in that featured section. So she does it in the order they're in, and you can just go back and watch anybody that you miss, and that's the easiest way to find them. If you're looking for somebody in particular and you say, well, I know they were on and I missed part of what they did, you can go up to that featured section and find them there. We also are going to have a 2-day event. If you're a creator, you don't have to be a craft round the clock creator. We're going to have another 2-day like a fun Friday. And just paint it black. That's just where they're going to go in, okay? That's the easiest way to do that. We'll get all that ooky glue off of there later because that really was a mess. Didn't mean for it to be. So there we got that. So now I'm going to take some of the little bees and put on this, but I'm going to drip a little bit of glue. Hopefully this will work and not look so bad. Okay. Make it look like a little bit of honey coming out of our nest here. This is going to be honeybees. 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 Hey, Joseph. Welcome on in. I'm good today. How about you? So we're going to make our honey kind of this juicy mango, which is a darker kind of gold. I'm about to sneeze, y'all. Sorry. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I've been out watering the garden and my allergies are kicking in today. So we're just going to take our glue. I'll let that dry up just a minute, and then we're going to paint it. See how we have our glue? The glue on there. That's going to be honey dripping. I'm going to let that dry just a minute, and we're going to put a little bee going into our hive. Now we've got some cute little bees like this. I've got some bees like this, and I got this kind. So I've got all kinds. We can mix and match, and I'm okay with that. Let's put this little bee here. Let's put it on and have it be going into the hive. You like that idea? Well, thank you. Yeah, they're easy to make. I've made lots of them. That one's going into the little house, so we'll have it on the side there. And then we'll do something cute to the top. Now, I made a little sign that says, let it be, B-E-E. And it's going to go on top. We'll see if we can kind of put it right there in that little hole. I'm just going to put some glue right there. Now, the glue's doing a little bit better. Maybe it's because I talked about it. I'm going to hold that just a minute and see if that glue will kind of dry. I think that's cute. Let's see. Let's just put it down a little bit. We'll just move it down like that. That'll work. That works. All right. Let's see how the glue do. All right. Our glue's doing good. Let's paint it up a little bit. So you just take a little bit of your kind of goldish paint, and this is called Juicy Mango, and you're just going to touch that glue with your paint. Now that glue did good. And that's just going to be a little honey, the little honeybees dripping their little honey on there. That's all. So you can put more, you can put less, whatever you want to put on there. You just drip a little glue. Isn't that cute? I like it. So that's what we have right there. I'll let that dry just a little bit. I'll probably put another bee on it. We might need a little bee on the top too. Now you can go with some this color paint and go in behind there. If you don't want that pot to show, you can do that as well. So let's put this little bee going up to the honey. Let's just put it on with a little bit of, let's just put a little bit of hot glue right now, y'all. You can always put something. These are not heavy. These come from Amazon, so you can order those from Amazon. They are in my shop. You can find them in my Amazon shop. And I'm gonna have that one going up toward the honey. There we go. Isn't that cute? I like it too. Oh, good, good, good. Yeah, we've got all kinds of bees. I've got this big bee too. I want to do something with it. Isn't that pretty? That was a totally dazzle. Okay, our hive's going to go up here on our pot. We're going to put some sunflowers on. So let's let that kind of dry a minute. Let's put a few little sunflowers. I've got all kinds of sunflowers. It's another thing I have tons of. I just love them. I buy different ones. I've got all kinds of those. I might put a few of those in there. These are kind of big for that. Let's see if I can find those smaller ones. I've got some little bitty ones somewhere. Where those little bitty ones went. I keep these in the fall things, but I use them in the summer too, so I think we'll just take some of these other flowers and maybe put some of those on there. I do have some other kind of flowers here that we can use. Doesn't have to be sunflowers, just use some yellow flowers. Got one of these. Oh, goodness. Drop my tool. All right. Let's put this little flower on and then we'll try another one. This is just a little yellow flower we'll put up here. So we can put it up there. Some little flowers on our beehive. They like to grow in my garden too. Just imaginations. That's all we're doing. All right, let's see. I might have those other sunflowers. Let's see if I've got some smaller ones here. I like to keep little sunflower and bees right here because I do love to use the bees. Here's a little sunflower we can put on there. There's a small one. I wish they'd come out with these earlier at the Dollar Tree, but I know they had some at when I was at Hobby Lobby the other day, and I'm just going to put a little sunflower on there, decorate that up. There we go. Probably put some more. Okay, and we're going to end up putting some moss around here, but I'm going to wait to do it because if I put it on now, this will not sit correctly. And I want to put a couple of these flowers in around it as well. Woo! Let's see if we can put a little bit. I like that. I think we'll put a little greenery around there. I think that would look better. Put a little greenery, kind of hide that glue that's such a mess on there a little bit. Let's do a little bit of it. Just put a little bit of greenery on top. Just to make that look a little bit better there. Just gonna stick it just like that. And we've got some little flowers we can put up there. Just a couple little flowers they use to make their honey. Put a couple of those up there. And then let's put another piece of greenery. Here's a little soft one. I think we use it. It's just a craft. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just something you like. There we go. Just a little greenery up there just to give it a little extra something on it. I like that. All right, we're going to glue this on top here, and I did put some styrofoam down in there. We're going to do it right here. That black wasn't quite dry. And I put a little stick up here to give it a little stability. So I think that'll work. I'm going to put some moss around there. I'm going to put some flowers in there. So I'm going to think I'll put a few flowers before we do that. Let's go ahead and put a few of those on. Then we'll go back to that. Let me find some sticks. A few longer ones. Now, I apologize. My allergies are kind of kicking in today. Let me grab a stick over here. I see some sticks over on this other stuff. Here's one here. Get this one. What was that? Y'all know all kinds of things happen in fall in my room. I think I've got a gremlin or something in here. So I'm just going to put a few of these down in here before we put our, just so those can show a little bit. Let me find another long stem. You just have to look for one. these did not come with a stem. These came just like this. I think we'll kind of push that one up that way. That one a little that, and we'll decorate a little bit more on that. Okay, let's put this on here. Let's see how it looks. I was letting that kind of dry up a little bit. You've been waking up early? Well, my husband goes to work early, so I usually do wake up early. I try to go back to sleep, but I usually can't. I'm usually up. Okay, let's put a little bit more glue. Let's see if we'll put that right there. Let's put a little bit more glue right here. Get another stick. You could also put some of your regular glue under there to give it a good hold so it doesn't fall off. I gave it a little extra right there. I'm gonna put some moss around there. I do like the moss, and maybe a little bit of green moss as well. I'm gonna use a little bit of the Spanish moss, which does kind of make a mess, but it does fill it in a little bit. So I don't know about y'all when your bees come, but we have bees all spring, all summer, into the fall. They really don't go away till we have really cold weather. And we saw, in the winter this year, we saw bees outside. So they were not even, it wasn't even cold enough to keep them from coming on out in the some of the winter. Well, thank you. So I'm going to put some more moss just around here. And I'm not going to glue that, but you can if you want to put a little glue on it, hold it. I'm just going to kind of fill in with it. And this stuff is another mess, but I like the way it looks. So you kind of have to go with the mess sometimes if you like the way it looks. And we'll put some more flowers in there. Let me grab another. Let's see, let's put some toward the back here. We'll put a little greenery in there too. If y'all ever see a beehive somewhere in your yard, you know, in a tree or something around your home, and you want it removed, make sure that you call the correct people to come remove it. Make sure that you call, they have it, they'll have a listing online of places that will come take the bees, because they'll come get that around here. That's what they do. They have a naturalist place that comes and takes the bees. So that's who you call. Don't do it yourself. They will come and get their little vacuum, and it won't hurt them either, and they'll get the whole colony. So they would rather do that. They'd rather you not mess with it and let them come get it, because sometimes there's some huge ones, y'all. Really, really huge ones around. So if you do get these from Amazon, they don't have any little stems on them. You have to add the little stems. They just come just like the flowers, just like that. We're just going to add a few sunflowers here and there. I'll show you my little bees. Let me get a couple more of these. I love these. They're kind of bright. Now, they are bright, but I think they're pretty, so I'm okay with it. I'm okay with a little brightness. I'm just trying to get some stems off of what I have and use them. So don't throw your stems away if you have flowers with some stems left. Keep those, because you never know when you're going to use them. Let me get a little greenery too. I'll put a little green on here. I do have this little stretchy green. I've been using it. This is something else you can get from Amazon. It stretches, but you can pull it apart. It's kind of fun. Kind of fun. You can use some of that in here. It stickies to you. Stickies to you. Just put your little glue. Put it on. Get my little finger. Try not to burn yourself. We'll put a little bit of greenery on there too. It does have some green. Don't want to have just the moss. Put a little green back here. But this stuff is sticky, but it works pretty well, and it'll stretch. So if you need to stretch it over you've got a, if you're making one of those balls with the greenery and stuff, and you know, you're always having to just keep gluing it. This kind of stretches, and it'll stretch all the way over the ball. It's pretty cool stuff. I mean, you can take it and stretch it over anything, but it also will come apart. So it's however you want to use it. It does cut. It will cut. And you just kind of have to ball it up to get it to work. I'm just putting some greenery here and there. Fill that in. All right, and I need to fill in the front here. So I'm going to put a little bit more of the other moss. Make it come up to where that needs to be. Just going to take a big handful. There we go. That kind of filled that in. I'll show you what we've got so far. All right, we've got some more sunflowers we're going to put in. Let's put a little bit more of the greenery right here in the front. So do y'all like this? You like this idea? Something just easy and fun. Easy and fun. Y'all float me a heart. I didn't float your heart today. Let's see if it'll work. There we go. If you're on YouTube, there's your heart. Y'all float me a heart. YouTube, please give me a thumbs up and a heart if y'all like that today. This is a fun project. I like it. All right, let me grab a stem. I see a stem here I can use. Oh, good. Here's some. See how these have stems I've cut off? Don't get rid of them. You're going to use them for flowers that come off the stem and you cannot find the stems. So it's a great way to still use some things you have. So don't get rid of them. You're going to use them. Thank you for the hearts. Thank y'all for the hearts. That's so sweet. I love it. Makes my day. Y'all make my day. If I didn't speak to you, I may not have seen your comment. Hey, Miss Mary Snyder. But I will come back and say hello to some of you that I didn't speak to when I go back and look at the comments. So I do like the little sunflowers on there. I do like that. That's pretty. All right, let's see. I've got some little white flowers here. Let's see if we can get those off the stem. These would be pretty too. Just a little bit of a different flower. I like these. Instead of having all yellow, let's put a little white in there too. Because we've got time, and I'm going to show you my little bees real quick. I did make some little bees. I didn't show you how to make them, y'all, because I am new to doing it. And the best place you can go and watch how to do these bees, I will tell you, okay? She's awesome doing it. And I would rather you watch her and learn the correct way because I was not great at it. Let's see. I saw some more of these little white flowers. I have a big sunflower. I don't think I'll use it. Where'd that other white flower go? Here they are. Let's see. Is there any left on here? Okay, well, I can add some more of those. Here they are. I knew I had some more of these flowers because I laid them out over here. Here we go. And here's a little stem. So let me grab this. Here's a stem right here. We use this one. That's why I do not throw the stems away, because I know I'm going to use them on some of these things that I've lost the stem to, or I need a little one. So let's put that one right here in the front too. Okay, put that little white one right there. So that's what we're going to do on that. I like it. I like it. Now I'm going to stick a little bee. I'm going to take this little fun bee and I'm going to put it on the front here on my pot. This little fun one is going right there. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I might move those flowers down where you can see that a little bit better. I might push that up just a little bit. I like it okay, though. I'm liking it okay. Let me show you the little bees. Hold on. I saw one more thing I needed to do here. Let me see. Where was it? Let's stick that back in. Let's put a couple of... Let's see. Do we need some more? I like this here too. This is kind of cool. Let's see if I can get a few of these little things off, and then I will show y'all. I'll put a little piece of this up here think, up in here. A little piece of that white. I like it. And then I might take these, put a piece of that in there. Might put some of that on the side there. It's just some little white flowers, because they're attracted to these kind of flowers too. But make sure you put them some little water out for the bees so they can have water, and for the butterflies. It helps them come into your yard because they love water. And sometimes they don't get enough water. I'll put that one right in here. Just to add some little more flowers to the back there a little bit. So that's what I did. So that's our little bee bucket. A little bee bucket. Clean all that off. Now I made these little bees, and I'll tell you how you make them. But the best place to go and find out how to do them, you can look on Pinterest, but Lori from the Farmhouse Stencil Shop does the best job in explaining these. And I went looking for thinner wire, y'all, and I didn't have any, so I had to end up using my rusty wire. And it's, my husband says he thinks it's 24 gauge, because I tried this, which was, this is 20 gauge. The higher number, the thinner it is. This is 20 gauge. It's way too big. It doesn't bend. You want something thin that will bend. And you're going to take your little beads, and you're going to make your little bottom part, and then you're going to do your little wings, and then you put your black ball on these two. These are sticking straight up. Put it on there. I got like 5 minutes. I can kind of show you, but I'm not going to tell you I'm perfect at it at all, okay? I'll take a little rusty wire and show you. Now, you want about, to start it. I'll show you, but I can't do it as well as she can. She is so good at it. And she explained it so well, I could perfectly understand what she was saying and how to do it. So you want to take like 17 inches of your wire. And you know this wire gets crazy. About 17 inches. So let's get that. And I'll just show you a brief, but I'm not, I know. I'm going to tell you mine are wonky, but I'm okay with some wonky. I'm okay with wonky. Because I'm wonky, so I'm okay with it. I am okay with it. Now, this is the rusty wire. It gets all over you. That's one reason I wanted the other kind. But I'm okay. We'll work it. We'll work it. Okay? So I'm going to try to remember, y'all. Try to remember. Because I did the second one pretty good. All right? So, this bead was already kind of a gold color. I got these at Hobby Lobby one time. So, let's see. You're going to do your wire. Oh, and I didn't bring all the tools, but I'll do with this one for right now, okay? So, you're going to take it, you're going to start your bottom, and you're going to kind of fold this down, this first wire. It's kind of folded down. Then you're going to take it, and you're just going to, now, y'all might do y'all's, you might say you can do it better than that. Well, no, let's see, let's start. Let's do it this way. This is the easiest. Had to think for a minute, y'all. You want to start with this, bend that on the bottom. Then you're going to take it. No, that wasn't right. Hold on a minute. Hold on. You got to start from the bottom. That's right. That's right. Okay. So you want to start from this other end and bend it over. I've forgotten now how to do it, how we did it. Okay, we started and did it there. Okay. It take me a minute, y'all. It takes me a minute. And then you're going to actually going to start it down here. Okay, that's right. That's right. We just had that on the bottom. Okay. You're going to start. Was that right? Yeah. You're going to start here, and then you're just going to wind it around like this. Wind it around. Okay. Make you some little pieces there. I'm going to wind it. I don't think this is right. I had to think about how I did it. Anyway, you're going to wind that around, and then you're going to twist it to where you can get it, let's see, where you can do your little wings here. So I'm just going to show you part, because I've already, I think, messed it up. And I only have a few minutes. You're going to do your little wings, and then you're going to twist those. You got your little wings here, okay? You get your little wings, and then you're going to add, you should have 2 wires. That's why I'm like, no, that wasn't right. So anyway, you'll have 2 wires. You'll slide your ball, your black ball, down on top of that, and you'll twist it. And then you will make your little antennas. I have to go back and look again, y'all, because I know I end up having 2. Maybe you stick both wires down. I can't remember right this minute. My brain's already tired and can't remember. Then you can put little eyes or something on them. They're a little wonky. They don't have to be perfect, but aren't they stinking cute? But anyway, that's what you're going to be doing. You're just going to be wiring it. They're not hard. Once I did one, I was like, oh, these aren't bad. You're going to have to glue it right here with a little hot glue or a little wood glue so that it will hold. Look how stinking cute those are. So then you can put a little stick in them if you want to. I just have these little sticks, and you can stick these in here. Okay, you might want to glue them. They might be a little wonky. And then I'm going to stick them right in here. Let's see if I can get a point on there so it'll stick into my styrofoam. I know that was all wrong, y'all, because I know you have 2 wires. That's why you have so much. But all of a sudden, I couldn't remember. Sorry about that. But you can go to her video and find out how to do that. And I will make some more, and I'll get more used to it. And then I don't mind showing you. It's just that right now, y'all just, you know, when somebody's not well at your house, it's like you're a maid and the everything, and it's just I'm pretty tired, so I think my brain's just tired somewhat. We had to run all the way across town and get an MRI last night, and so I'm trying to find a good place in this styrofoam. It's kind of not sticking good. So my time is up, and watch the next creator, and then I'll make some more of those little bees. And I'll do a video once I get good at it. I'll do a little video, but if you'll go watch Lori, she does a great job. Make you some. Have a wonderful and blessed rest of the day and the weekend. And we will see you again next week, and you can watch crafting all day today. See you soon. Thank you for being with me today on YouTube. I appreciate it. And thank you for hanging in with me. And I appreciate a thumbs up and a heart. And share me out as well. If you haven't subscribed, I would love a subscribe. Thank you.